Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about...
ここはどこだ？俺はどうやって？おー、ピルツ様、ここで何してんだ？あれ？そんでなんでそんなにチビでデブに？待てよ。0.001。ああ、そういうことか。ただの猫じゃないか。あれ？待てよ。俺、なんで日本語喋ってんだ？そんでこの同定規はどこから？はあ、俺夢でも見てんのかな。
Huh? Well, that was weird. But then again, I have been playing a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ lately, yet that's not necessarily a bad thing. After all, I think this is a fantastic game, but I fear that a lot of people are gonna miss out on it. Yet, before I get ahead of myself, allow me to explain to you exactly why I think this game is worth buying. While I'm the type who favors gameplay over graphics, I'll admit that the look and art style is what initially triggered my interest with this one. If you're a fan of the show like I am, this is the digital sight your glossy vision orbs have been dreaming of feasting on for years. I mean, honestly, I'm completely stunned at just how much this game resembles an episode from the anime. With the game, I enjoyed how they strayed away from the 360-degree style fighting from past Dragon Ball entries and went back to the tried and true 2.5D side view with some 3D elements thrown in on occasion for effect. The cutscenes for the story look great with appropriately timed camera cuts and pans similar in style to the show, and even the look of the in-game lobbies that feature chibi avatars roaming around are cute and give the game an added personal touch through the use of various means of customization. Actually, I struggled to find anything negative to say about the visuals, but if you really want me to nitpick, I have encountered a few odd moments of shading pop out, but really that's it. I guess while on the topic of possible areas of improvement here, I'd say that the game could do with adding different outfits from the show as opposed to simply offering several color variations of one skin per character. However, I'd imagine this may be addressed in the future through add-on content. In terms of the audio, when it comes to the presentation, perhaps the coolest feature in my opinion is how the game gives you the option to switch between the English or Japanese voice actors. Not only that, but the sound effects are true to their source material, and throughout matches I'm constantly hearing things that send a wave of nostalgia to my ears as they take me back to memories of watching past episodes of the anime. So bravo to the team behind the audio effects. As for the music, it has a rock vibe to it that serves to help get you pumped up before and during matches, and I'd say it helps set the tone and is very fitting. I did notice that the music for the cutscenes within the game's campaign, however, can get repetitive at times, but that's honestly no big deal for me. Overall, thanks to the combination of its beautifully illustrated visuals and sound effects including voice acting that are true to their source, Dragon Ball FighterZ will have you feeling like you're a part of the actual anime the moment you pick up the controller. Which is why I'd say the power level for the game's presentation is over 9,000! Earning it the coveted rating of 10 out of 10 stars. Okay, I'm gonna be brief here since I do feel the developers were on point with the controls. However, I will throw out a few opinions. Based off my own experience, the default button layout is very well organized and allows me to initiate various combos and special moves without too much hassle. Likewise, as with most fighting games out there, you do have the option to rearrange what each button does should you feel you may play better with a different setup. I found that within a few minutes, I had a decent understanding of the controls. However, if you need an extra hand, the game does offer access to a list of character moves, which again is standard with other fighting games these days. Honestly, I like the feel of the game since things seem pretty balanced and I've found each match to be both fun and enjoyable. Plus, I'm not the best when it comes to fighters, so I'd say what little issues I did have are probably due to my own skill level. Bottom line, I wouldn't quite say that the controls are perfect as there's always room for improvement, but I have no major complaints. So 9 out of 10 stars. Let's start off with Story Mode, which for a fighter, in my own opinion, is very detailed and put together exceptionally well. Now, I won't spoil anything in terms of specifics with the plot, but it's worth noting that the campaign features 3 story arcs from different points of view, and the game does reward you with an extra unlockable character known as Android 21 should you choose to endure all 3. Yet be warned, this process could take around 20 hours or so to complete, depending on your playstyle and idle time. Still, while unexpected, I found the experience to be a pleasant surprise. I like the story mode, and honestly, some players don't enjoy or participate in competitive online modes with fighting games. So, the level of detail and effort shown here is both impressive and appreciated. In terms of single player content, outside of the story you can also train your skills and conquer challenges in practice mode, but I personally spent little time here, so we'll just skim over that bit. Once you think you have what it takes, you can step things up a notch and participate in arcade mode, which puts you up against a chain of predetermined enemy teams, with the difficulty of the AI increasing based on your performance. For me, I preferred messing around with different characters here as opposed to the practice mode, and I clocked in quite a few hours doing just that until I got familiar with different movesets. Oh, and I should mention real quick that there is local multiplayer in case you were wondering, and a lot of the footage in this video comes from a few of these matches, so I'd highly recommend it if you have the chance to play with a friend. Replayability is a factor here, as you earn Zenny after participating and progressing through all game modes. You can use Zenny to purchase capsules, which are basically loot boxes that offer the player a variety of lobby avatars, stamps, titles, and player card backgrounds at random. This is in-game rewards done properly. I guess if I had to make one minor complaint, I would say that given the amount of source material available from the show, the roster of characters could do with an expansion. However, the selection made available is fine, and there are plans for adding more characters in the future through add-on content. So, in terms of offline content, as far as fighting games are concerned, there's really not much more you can ask for here. Therefore, I rate these aspects of the gameplay 8 out of 10 stars. However, for a large portion of you out there filled with competitive spirit, it's the online play that you're interested in hearing about, right? Well, before we dive into that, I'm gonna have to train and get stronger. While it's true that the game was plagued with server issues at launch and during the beta, the majority of these problems have been solved. There still are some flaws with connecting and features at the time of this review, particularly with ring matches, but the developers seem to be aware of this and are working on patching things with an update. I was able to get into a few ring matches earlier to obtain footage which you're seeing now, but they seem to be glitched again last I checked. So just a heads up in case you're looking to purchase this before a fix has been issued. Speaking of which, arena matches are fine, but observing them can be a bit buggy. Yet, honestly, I prefer other game modes anyway, and really I just played this once for the achievement. That being said, at least with my own personal experiences, I've had very few issues when attempting to play both casual and ranked world matches. These are your standard fights against players from around the world, and let me tell you, maybe it's just me, but am I the only one whose heart races, blood boils, and begins sweating when playing ranked matches and fighting games? I mean, that doesn't happen to me with other genres. Maybe I should get that looked at. But I'm rambling here, so getting back to the point, when searching for a match, you can tinker with the filter to only encounter people with your same skill level or higher, or limit who you play to just people with stable connections. I really like this, and if you're the type of player who is simply looking to fight one-on-one with another player, chances are you'll have a lot of fun with the casual and ranked world matches with this one. Another feature I found to be entertaining is the fact that you can not only save and watch replays of your own matches, but you can watch replays of matches from around the world, including those of some of the top players, and leave emote stamps as you'll see here. Pretty cool, right? When it's all said and done though, I can't help but knock off a point for the issues I encountered with the other online modes, and also for the current lack of a more user-friendly way of inviting friends to lobbies. Additionally, I've experienced random disconnects from servers despite having a connection of 250 megabytes per second. Hopefully, things will become more stable after a future update. So when it comes to the online play, there are a few concerns, however the issues seem to be improving with each passing day, and the matches themselves once you begin to battle are a lot of fun. Keeping that in mind, my rating here is 7 out of 10 stars. As a fighter, this is a fantastic game, and while I admit I did have high expectations going in, aside from a few hiccups, those expectations have been met and I haven't been left feeling disappointed. As a fan of the anime, I've had experience playing at least half a dozen Dragon Ball games in my lifetime, and I can safely say that this ranks at the top of those. To sum it all up, I think the gameplay is excellent with a few areas that could use improvement. The controls are solid, the look and feel of the game is superb, and in my own opinion, this is my favorite fighter in recent years since Mortal Kombat 9. Typically with fighting games, I'd play them for a little bit, maybe 10 hours or so, and then I'd put them down and never play them again. Yet as you can see here, I've clocked over 70 hours and have earned half of the achievements, and I definitely plan on coming back for more. So after crunching all the numbers, as far as a game within the fighting genre is concerned, my final rating for Dragon Ball FighterZ is 9 out of 10 stars. Yet these are just my opinions on the game, so tell me what you think. Does it look like something you'd want to play? Or maybe you already own it and just wanted to hear someone else's opinion on it. Let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know if you're a fan of the anime. But that's all the time we have for this episode. Be sure to like the video and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Yet I'm NetBaldGamer, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.